up, good people? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If your day has not started, I hope you have a wonderful day. So today we are going to cook some collard greens, and we're just going to jump right in because I have to finish the rest of my Sunday dinner, y'all. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to start out with a big pot. You do not want a pot that's just right. You want a pot that all of your greens can fit in comfortably. And so I actually have a pot that I cook my greens and my gumbo in, and this is one of them. So we're gonna put, I use like a gallon Ziploc bag and a half. Make sure you wash your greens because don't nobody want to be eating no dirt, okay? So I'm going to put 8 cups of water in my greens, and like I say, you want to adjust everything based on how many greens you're cooking. So you're going to season throughout as well. I'm adding 5 tablespoons of butter because butter makes everything better. Duh. So we're going to add our butter in there, and then we're going to add our seasonings. And like I said, you're going to adjust your seasonings throughout. So you don't have to put a lot in the beginning. You'll see I'm putting 2 tablespoons of Lawry seasoning salt. I'm also putting a tablespoon of garlic powder. And don't put a lot of salt in the beginning, y'all, because we're doing chicken bouillon, and that's going to flavor it as well, and it has salt in it. And so you'll see I'm putting a couple of tablespoons of chicken bouillon, but in this batch I put a total of 5 tablespoons of collard greens, duh, of chicken bouillon. And I'm adding 4 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I love using red wine vinegar in my greens. It gives it like a nice tangy taste. It's like really good. And I'm also going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar. Do not worry, our greens are not going to be sweet. This is just balancing out that acidity and that red wine vinegar, and then the taste of the greens. It brings everything together. And of course you got to have some Louisiana hot sauce. Do not put no Franks in these greens, okay? We need some Louisiana. And then you're going to, as far as meat goes, you could use any type of smoked meat. Usually I use smoked turkey wings, but I picked up some smoked turkey necks at the grocery store, so I'm just going to throw those in there, which is better because the wings sometimes have, well, not sometimes, it does have more skin on it, so this way you have more meat in, your greens than skin, because I have to pick that skin out individually. And then you just throw it all in there. I like a lot of meat because sometimes with greens and cabbage, I can eat it as a meal. So I put a lot of meat in it. And then I put 2 more cups of water. So we have a total of 10 cups of water. And then you just give everything a good mix. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle some sliced yellow onions on there. And if you're not a fan of onion, I get it, but trust me, it adds a good flavor. We're going to cook this for about 4.5 hours, so trust me, those onions are going to cook down so much you're not even going to notice that they're there. So I mean, you could leave it out, but why would you? Just try it, please. Thank you. And we're going to cover that, and then we're going to cook it. Now this is about an hour and a half into cooking, and I'm just gonna stir it. And I'm sorry, I did not even tell y'all to put your oven, do like a medium heat. Don't do a high, don't do a low, do like a medium heat. And you see our greens have cooked down. So if you're cooking for a lot of people, whether it's greens or cabbage, you want to make sure you cook a lot because they do cook down. And so you see me, I'm just tasting it to make sure the seasonings where I want it to be. And that's why you'll see me add some more chicken bouillon later on in the video, because it wasn't as seasoned as I wanted it. And so you just, now we are right about an hour before the end of cooking, and this is where I'm adding the additional bouillon to. And then I'm just gonna give that a good stir. And I added the 5th one, but I guess I did that off camera. My bad. But anyway, you're gonna be tasting yours based on how many greens you're cooking. And I'm collard green girl all the way. I don't know, I can't get into the turnip greens or the mustard greens. I just don't like them. Sorry. So y'all won't get no video on them type of greens from me. Alright, so we're just gonna stir it, make sure that's good and mixed up, and we're gonna put that lid back on it. Alright, y'all, we are at the end of the rainbow. And y'all see how that meat is just flaking off of that turkey neck, and it's getting into those greens, and you see how everything is cooked down. You don't have to have a pot full of water for greens. You want just enough to keep your greens nice and wet. You do not need your greens boiling, swimming in water. That is not how we cook greens over here. Okay. Alright, y'all, so this concludes the tutorial. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.